And here's your LSU, and well, here's the LSU Tigers. Georgia, LSU, Liberty Bowl, battle for the Southeast. Of course, Georgia finished with the best record in college football, 10-1.
And they get it, and they're going to return it to the 22. And the Georgia offense will start off with this one. Of course, we know if there's any team in the country known for their defense, it is Georgia, but we'll be getting a taste of the offense to kick off here in the Liberty Bowl. Hands it off, and first down and a lot more, down at the 38. Good for 16 there.
Of course, the only team that beat Georgia was Miami in Week 8. LSU, of course, finishing 7-5, and so having
caught
the only reason why LSU made this game over Alabama was because LSU had beaten Alabama. If LSU never beat Alabama, Alabama would be in this game. But because they did, LSU was in this game.
First and 10 at the 39. So far, Georgia has marched down the field. We are only about a minute into this game, and they are already in enemy territory.
Of course, LSU's defense is known that it's always locked up on the second or third drives, but
a lot of talent from the LSU defense taken in this year's MFL draft as well.
Their star player too. I mean, Weeks.
And that's caught for a first down. And Georgia continues this marching down the field. What a way to open up your first drive.
I mean, you finished the season ranked #1 in the country.
In motion is the receiver. And there's going to be a QB scramble. He's got enough for the first. That was a fumble, but it's out of bounds. And it looks like that'll be just short of the first. It'll be 2nd and 2 at the 18. So he had it, and then he fumbled, which backed him up 2 yards. Luckily for Georgia, though, that fumble goes out of bounds, which will not cause a turnover. And there's going to be another QB draw here. It's going to, yep, tackled right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd and 2.
Of course, more LSU fans here tonight.
And pass caught, first down. 17, just enough to get that first down.
But it's like it's pretty close. It looks around like 60-40, but unless he showed up more, maybe Georgia was just that confident. A lot of Georgia fans were just confident.
First and 10 at the 17, hands it off, and that's not going to get anywhere. It's a loss of 2. So Georgia started off hot. They were already in enemy territory within a minute in this game, and now you're in the red zone and you're finding more struggles. Maybe it's because of the more conservative play calling. Maybe it's because LSU's defense locked up. But let's see. He backs up. He's got pressure. He's sacked
for LSU. Patrick Payton, elite edge rusher.
And what a upset it would be on LSU side if they could pull this off. At first, it looked like Georgia had their defense figured out. They were marching on the field. Now they're in the red zone, and they have looked like they've seen ghosts.
Gunnar Stockton looking like Sam Darnold on the Jets. Or Sam Darnold when he has to play a team up, sorry, not a team above 500, just a team that's like important game.
Oh, caught for the first down, so it looked like they were going to just take the field goal there, but nope, they still want that touchdown, and they convert for the first down, down at the 4. Georgia has eaten up almost half of this quarter already on this drive. And, oh, look at that, a little shovel, but it's only, nope, it's going to keep them at the 4. The lateral doesn't end up paying off all that much, and it's 2nd and goal at the 4. Next up, caught for the touchdown.
Georgia. Foul.
And Georgia with the first points on the board. Dylan Bell with the catch there. They started off hot. They were in enemy territory within a minute of this drive. And then once they entered the red zone is when they started eating up clock. And ultimately, this drive lasts just over 5 minutes. And they'll kick it in for the extra point, as Georgia will get the first points on the board, and we'll get to see what LSU has to offer on their first offensive drive. And it's kicked away, and looks like instead of taking the knee, they're going to return to the 17, and now comes on the LSU offense.
I believe, first round draft pick first round draft pick to the Saints, Garrett Nussmeier is coming on.
So they're backed up a little bit. They did not take the touchback, so he backs up. It's caught for a pickup of about 7 after 24. So yeah, DB knows right away, take him down. And it's 2nd and 3.
Garrett
backs up, caught for the first down, and nice game.
Now, if this is what you want to do if you're the Tigers, you're playing one of the best defense in the country. You have to play it smart. You can't play it hard. Just these simple checkdowns. That's what you got to be running here, till they figure it out.
Yeah, not pulling out the explosive plays that Georgia started off with. And it's going to be an RPO for a gain of about 5.
Yeah, but like even on this situation, you're gaining half the down, like half the yards to get. Like this is on first down. Like that's perfect. That's what you need to do if you're LSU.
So much like the Penn State Clemson game and a couple other games in this postseason picture, LSU heavy underdogs, but they're not. That doesn't mean they're just going to let that affect them as he's swallowed up for a loss of 4. They want to win this game still. And of course, they know the kind of team they're facing, a very talented Georgia team with the best record in the country.
That's ranked regular season team.
3rd and 9. Backs up.
Garrett Nussmeier.
He's got time. He throws, and it's caught!
Touchdown!
That one looked a little head-topped. I mean, he didn't jump or anything, but he did have to go over the defender's head to get that one, and that's a first down and gets them into enemy territory at the 35. That's a big play there, especially on 3rd down. Hands it off, and it's a pickup of 7 down to 29. LSU not rushing on this drive. As you can see, they have bled out pretty much the rest of this first quarter. But they're playing Georgia's defense smart here, because this is not a defense you could take that many risks against. At least not early. That's caught, and that's going to leave them at the line of scrimmage at 3rd and 3 at the 28.
Zion Branch with the tackle.
He was taken in the draft as well.
And Desmire.
He's got time. Caught!
And
touchdown, LSU.
Tigers!
And they even it up. It's the running back with the catch.
I mean, he's been the #1 target on this team.
Yep, of course, he's the one who got them into enemy territory with that insane catch. And now scores the touchdown. Bauer Sharp. Oh, tight end, excuse me. He was playing running back on one of the drives. I was going to say, he's built like a tight end. But wow. Really powered in there. He had all that coverage on him. And they are a kick away from tying this with the best team in the country.
And the kick is up, and it's good. 7-7 Tigers. Tie the game.
And I know it's still early, but you gotta wonder, I mean, what Georgia's sideline is thinking if LSU is actually able to pull something off, because if there's ever been a favorite for the Natty, it's Georgia. And
I mean, surprisingly, no Ohio State this year. Finishing with a horrid record of 2-7.
And swallowed up again, loss of 4. Nate Frazier, the running back. So that backs him up to the 12. This is where you get tricky territory. You can't take any sacks here or lose that much yards, or you're risking a safety. And caught for a pickup of 5, 3rd and 9. Still not in great range. It's at the 16, but it's better than before. And looks like this clock is about to run out. At best, a play left in this first quarter. In passing formation. Pump fake. Throwing deep. And it is incomplete. There's a flag down.
It might be on both teams, though.
Let's see. And that's going to be on the offense. And LSU gets a 4th down here.
So, he stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like...
and then touched the ball. It was the first one to touch the ball. You can't do that.
Yeah, and it looks like the defense was... The defender was asking for pass interference, offensive pass interference. Didn't get the call. And it's LSU's ball. Play action. He's got time. He's pressured. He runs out of the pocket. He's sacked. And that'll do it for the first quarter. What a first quarter of play. Georgia, LSU tied at 7 in the Liberty Bowl.
LSU's football. Wow, they're destroying us rushing yards wise.
And we're back here.
I didn't have my mic on that.
The second quarter, 2nd and 17. Of course, Nussmeier took the sack before the second quarter started, and he's hit, and it'll be incomplete. 3rd and 17. We actually saw this conversion earlier by Georgia in the red zone. This was what led them up to score their first and only touchdown in the game. So let's see what LSU does. They're not exactly in the same situation. They're still deep into their own territory. But We've already seen a conversion like this. He backs up. He's out of the pocket. He's reading the field. He doesn't know where to go.
Tired. Again.
Nussmeier, he's been in here. He runs out of bounds. Yeah, that'll be marked down as a sack. I don't know what Nussmeier was thinking there.
This is a team that had Jaden Daniels and Joe Burrow within the past decade.
Yeah, very questionable
decision.
Game? It's actually
Um,
interesting too because I mean there was open receivers, and on top of that he could have just ran in. There was no pressure at all there, and now you're just giving Georgia the ball back for no good reason. In great territory as well.
With your a quarterback who's literally a Heisman finalist right now, so.
Throws, and there's nobody there. He's going to get big gains, and he's down at the 25. Wow. And all of a sudden, Georgia is well back into this game. Zachariah Branch with the catch. He was drafted by Baltimore in the first round at the 13th overall pick this year. And he's showing why he was a first round pick. What a gain. Broke all the coverage he had, and they had to tackle him down to the 25 and put DBs on him that weren't even his man. And he's pressured as he goes down at the 18 for a pickup of 7. And Georgia with the explosive plays on offense. Wow, still can't believe that one. Possibly the play of the game so far. And nothing there. It's a loss of 2. And that'll back them up to the 20, so just in the red zone here. You don't get it here, you more than likely kick the field goal. And that would only put Georgia up 3. He backs up. He's got time. It's caught for the first down. And he's down at the 7. And Georgia has been phenomenal on 3rd down. And now it's up to this LSU defense, who was looking good in the red zone previously, before they gave up that 3rd and 17. And he's hit, and oh, he wanted to break out for that touchdown, but just there to get the stop.
Yeah, good job from Weeks.
And it's 2nd and goal at the 3. So you gotta wonder what LSU wants to do on defense here. The recommendation is zone, which they're playing here, or blitz. Well, let's see. He got caught, and it's in for the touchdown.
Georgia.
Georgia takes the lead back.
Them dogs up in this game.
That was brought in by another draft pick there, Oscar Delp. He was taken by Atlanta
In the
in the
second
draft.
round.
Yep, with the 51st overall pick.
He's going to be competing with Kyle Pitts.
And they'll kick it in for the extra point as Georgia takes their lead back. And now you got to wonder what the LSU offense will do here. They had an opportunity to score on their previous drive before Nussmeier made the questionable decision to run out of bounds when he could have either ran it in or passed to any open receiver he had. But let's see what he does here with an opportunity to tie the game. They're not going to knee it, and again get put in questionable territory. If I'm the special teams coach, I'm telling my returners, I mean, you gotta knee it out when you get it in the end zone. Because this is now the 2nd or 3rd time LSU has started in territory like this. And caught, trying to work for that first down, but he goes down. Great effort there. Pickup of 8. And they're down at the 23. Look at this effort. I mean, he was not going down without a fight here.
Yeah.
2nd and 2. RPO caught, 1st down and a lot more. And he's still going, and he's down at the 45. LSU making these short checkdown plays worth a lot here. And again, in a game that was heavily favored in Georgia's half, at least for going into it, still looks like an even matchup here. I mean, this could still go either way. Hands it off. Big run down at the 39, excuse me, and gets them in to enemy territory.
So Nussmeier. Read option. 1st down. Slides.
Nussmeier really making up for some of those errors from earlier. And it's 1st and 10 at the 27. Backs up, he's got time. Caught. Oh, no, incomplete. 2nd and 10. Second and 10 at the 27. And they're going to lose yards here. It's a loss of 2, 3rd and 12. Big opportunity to tie it. Don't know about that call there. See what they do on 3rd and long. Backs up. He's got time. Caught for the 1st down. He's still going. He's still going. Down at the 3. Talk about a receiver really working for those yards, and when he really should have been down at around the 7 or 8, he gets it all the way to the 3. And it's going to be a QB run, and he's knocked down hard.
Damn.
And that'll be a loss of 1, 2nd and goal.
Of course, LSU does have a good backup quarterback, but you don't want Nussmeier to be out.
Yeah. And LSU wants to tie this, potentially going to halftime. Depends on how much Georgia can do going to their 4th drive of the game. Hands it off. And just going to pick up that yard. 3rd and goal. And you got to wonder how LSU is going to get this thing into the end zone. As this Georgia defense has been making them work for those yards. Backs up. Caught! Touchdown! LSU! And once again, it's the tight end.
Oscar Delt. The Falcons are going to have a good one.
No, he's on Georgia. He's with Georgia. This is, yeah, LSU's tight end.
Sharp.
Yeah. Bauer Sharp. With his 2nd of the day, he has been a rock star for LSU side. 2 touchdowns in this game. And of course, that catch that got them deep into the red zone on their 1st scoring drive.
I mean, the fantasy points are insane right now.
Yeah. And they'll kick it in for the tie, as Georgia is left with about 3 minutes to score before half. And we're back, and LSU will kick it off. Gonna return it to the 20. Hands it off, and nothing there. LSU gonna stuff them up on defense here. 2nd and 10.
Gunnar Stockton takes the ball. First down.
And it goes down to 39 here. And that brings us to the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back in a moment. So, 1st and 10 at the 39. And Georgia looking to get some more points on the board before we send off the half, and that's not going to gain a whole lot, only a pickup of 3. And Gunnar Stockton already with, I mean, he's having himself a day, 151 passing yards for 2 touchdowns, no interceptions so far. But this LSU defense is making them work here, as Georgia's looking to score before half. He's going medium, and it's incomplete, overthrown. So LSU looking to make a big stop on defense here. If they get them to 4th down, they force a punt. And then LSU has all 3 of their timeouts, and they have quite a bit of time to at least get a field goal before half if they can get the stop here. And that'd be big to lead Georgia 1 into half. Throws deep. And it is incomplete.
Intercepted.
Yeah, double coverage there, and this will force a punt on Georgia's side.
So maybe LSU, if they can get down the field quick enough, they can get into field goal range and maybe take a lead over Georgia
Which would be
into
huge,
half.
yeah. So Georgia with the punt. We're tied at 14 so far. And there it is.
Of course, LSU starts with the ball in the 2nd half too, so.
Yep, and that'll be a automatic touchback at the 20. And finally, LSU will get a touchback.
Nussmeier
Backs up. He's got a lot of time. He throws, and a pickup of 5.
Of course, the firing of Brian Kelly did a lot for this team. It gave Garrett Nussmeier more confidence in himself. He said that he didn't hate Brian, but he said if he doesn't get fired, I don't know if we make the playoffs.
And goes down there, and 33 seconds left as LSU will take their first timeout. They let a lot of time come off the clock because they got the ball back with about a minute and a half. Georgia punted. Now, most of that time is gone. Caught off the slant and taken down, and LSU going to use their 2nd timeout. They're going to get into field goal range, but they're still in their own territory. 28 seconds. I mean, but this time, eventually, you might have to take a deep shot here. Backs up, and it looks like he might. Nope, it's just going to be a check down again, and he doesn't get the first down there. He reached out as they used their final timeout, and it's 2nd and inches, so just barely got there. Or not, just barely missed, I should say. So, I mean, at this point, you have to go for the deep shot here, or at least pick up a good 20 yards, maybe throw some medium passes. And Nussmeier throwing deep, and it's incomplete. He throws it away. So that'll stop the clock at 17. 3rd and inches. Field goal range would be roughly around the 40. And they are not too far out from that. 3rd and inches. He backs up. He's got a lot of time. He's going to run it. No, he's not. He's going to throw it away. 4th and inches. So, do you punt here? Do you let it go to half? Let's see. Worst case scenario, you take that deep shot. It's incomplete. And Georgia's more than likely just going to let it go to half. And they want to punt. So Georgia's probably going to knee it out or run it out, whatever. And looks like we're going to get a tie game going to half, which
here in Memphis. So
which was not expected at all. It's going to be, punted to the 3, and yeah, they're going to need that out. They might have went for the deep shot, but that great punt let LSU just force Georgia to knee it out.
So LSU will to receive in the second, going into the second half.
Yep, tie game here. We are back from halftime here. It is a tie game as Georgia will kick off to LSU in this 14-14 game. Georgia, the heavy favorites coming into this one, still tied with LSU. And it has not been a shootout, just 2 scores apiece. And LSU looks to get this upset win over the dominant Georgia. And, ooh, taken down for a loss of 3.
Again, the only team that beat Georgia was playing in arguably the toughest division in the country. They're playing teams like Bama, like LSU, like Auburn, like and they play in the East, so that's even tougher.
And Nussmeier backed up a lot there and then passed it, and I think they're going to lose another yard. Of course, a lot of legendary defensive players to come out of Georgia all time. You want to go back to, all-time talents and even current talents. You got guys like Jalen Carter from there who have been dominating the league. And that is caught for the first down.
Of course, both these teams have dominant players that are all time in the league right now.
LSU, more for their offense. You got Justin Jefferson, possibly the best receiver of this generation. Jamar Chase also.
Arguably the best receiver of this generation. So.
Yep. And then quarterback-wise, you got Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, very talented lineup there.
Brian Thomas, Malik Neighbors, OBJ.
Yep.
And then even on the defense, you have some. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And then even on the defense-wise, you got Patrick Queen. You got and a few others. Then on Georgia's side, of course, they're mainly known for their defense and really nothing else. They got
call for a first down, and could have got a lot more there, but Georgia defense finds him before he could break out because, most defenses there, that's a touchdown. But now Georgia, look at that. Just when nobody's guarding, they get guys there to get the stop, and that's why this defense is always so talented. Play action. Caught, first down, taken down at around the 28. And this has been a great drive for LSU. Keep in mind, this drive looked completely dead when it first started, and now it looks like this is a potential touchdown drive, where LSU would take their first lead of the game. We thought they were going to lead going into halftime, but they weren't able to do much, and let's take the lead here instead. Nussmeier passes off the slant, and it's good for 6. C.J. Allen, another rookie in this NFL draft. He was taken by the Washington Commanders. He's the linebacker, and he was taken in the 2nd round, 36 overall. Backs up, pressure coming, and it's caught for the first down. And another thing, I don't want to jinx anything for either team, but both these teams so far have been great at ball protection. There's been no turnovers yet. There was that almost fumble from Georgia, but it went out of bounds, and at worst just lost them 2 yards. But other than that, these teams, no interceptions, no fumbles so far that have been recovered by the other team and taken down.
That was a nuts play. That play was a shuffle play. and he just even he's blaming himself. He should have shuffled it to his running back sooner. He had a wide open lane. They could have maybe gained even maybe 15 yards, but
And it's
not very
second
Mahomey.
and
Not very
13.
Mahomes would never do that.
So they got some zone coverage going on over here. Caught touchdown!
Touchdown!
Wow! Made it look easy, and LSU with their first lead of the game. And the craziest part about this one is Georgia had great coverage on receivers all night, but this is one slip up. Aaron Anderson with the catch, absolutely unguarded, and he's in for the touchdown. What a mistake on Georgia's end. I mean, you just can't make mistakes in games like this, especially when you're so much of the favorite. And LSU now is going to have Georgia chasing them, which a lot of people did not expect to hear on this broadcast tonight.
So LSU with the lead here in Memphis. We're here in the Volunteer State.
And LSU will kick it away to Georgia, as it's now Georgia who's looking to chase this game as he gets it down to about the 21. And looks like
So,
LSU wants to do some man blitzing here.
LSU making them dogs look a little rough right now.
That'll be down for second and 1. I think should be marked second inches, but regardless.
I mean, they usually just kind of, sometimes they just forget. But
Yeah.
sometimes it is second and inches, and they just say second and why. I don't get it why.
Yeah, so second and 1 here anyways, and let's see how Georgia handles this. They are on pace to try to tie this game, as it's a QB scramble, and he has enough for the first down and a bit more, down at the 34. And this has been a tight one for sure. 21 points on an LSU side, 14 on Georgia's. And it's another QB run as he's got 6 on the runs. 7th rush of the day for 21 yards. And on both sides, there's been a lot of QB scrambles. Stockton's been a tiny bit more aware on these scrambles than Nussmeier, but Nussmeier still had some big runs too.
I mean, Nussmeier's not the biggest scrambler, so it makes sense. And I don't know the pretty big scramblers.
And running back hits him for the first down, just short of the 50. Legendary Kelvin Shepard, former defensive player for LSU, now the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions. He's been incredible. And pick up a 4.
Nate Frazier not having his best game. Gross going up against a great run defense in LSU. I mean, we've been talking so much about Georgia's defense, but can we talk about some LSU's defense? I mean,
yeah, a lot of their players have been taken in the draft as well. So
I know, like, and they got young talent too, like Patrick Peterson. Like, this is a defense young and with a future. I mean, obviously LSU could be, if they can take down Georgia. I mean, they can really beat anybody, right?
yeah, and it'll be 3rd and 7 at the 48.
I mean, why not them, right?
Backs up, he's pressured immediately, and it's a first down, and he breaks the coverage, and if he was just a little faster, that could have been a touchdown. But regardless, that gets them pretty well into the red zone,
and that's Noah's 8th catch of the day for 117 yards.
Oh man, you give that a ball to somebody like a Tyreek Hill, and that thing is a touchdown for sure. But regardless, they're in the red zone, which is what they need here, and they look to tie this thing up with little time left in the 3rd. Caught, and he might lose some here. Yep, 2nd and 8.
Oh, injury timeout, Bernard Gooden.
Bernard Gooden, yeah.
That's a big loss.
And we'll take a short break here. And we're back. And not much time left in the third quarter here. 1:43, 2nd and 8. Touchdown! And much like Georgia's mistake from earlier, now that same mistake is made by LSU. Not enough coverage, and Georgia gets into the end zone with ease. And they're an extra point away from tying this thing up. And these are not mistakes you should be making at this point in the game. Look at that. The coverage on here on LSU's part, not that great. And that is going to bring this to a 1-point game before the extra point. So if Georgia makes this, we are tied. And LSU's offense will come back on.
And 21-21.
What a game. Nobody expected it to be this close. But LSU is fighting. And
I mean, big divisional game here.
And I'm not going to say that Georgia's defense has looked pedestrian, but in some cases they have. And that's thanks to how well this play calling has been on LSU's side.
Brett Bryant was fired, but still.
And, going to slide there for a pickup of 2. Hands it off. Nothing there. 3rd and 9. They're going to lose a yard. And LSU was in the spot earlier. Remember, it was 3rd and 14 at like the 12, and they were able to convert and scored on that same drive. That was their last drive, of course. So never doubt them on 3rd down. Both teams have been great on 3rd down. Let's see what LSU can do here. 3rd and 9 at the 20. Pressure coming. Caught! 1st down! And another 3rd down conversion for the Tigers. What a day from Nussmeier. 272 passing yards, 3 passing touchdowns. And another clutch 3rd down decision making, or some more 3rd down decision making, I should say, from Nussmeier. As this will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. If they, yep, okay, they will go for it, and they're going to run it. And that'll only be a pickup of 1 as we will close out the 3rd quarter here. We're tied at 21. It's LSU's ball. An opportunity for LSU, the underdogs, to take a lead here. And we're back here. First and 10 at the 47. They'll pick up 1 here off the run. And I cannot believe we've actually gotten to this point. This is a 4th quarter game. Haven't had too many of these. So and swallowed up. And yeah, the run game on both sides, not very good. And that's kind of been a trend in this postseason. I mean, no run game in many games, if any games, have really been all that crazy.
So, whoever wins this faces Michigan.
3rd and 12. They've been great on 3rd down. They made a big 3rd down conversion earlier in the same drive. Let's see if they can do it again. Nussmeier in the pocket. He's pressured. He makes the completion, and it's a 1st down. Wow.
So if LSU wins this, they're going to Michigan. Georgia wins this, they're going back home to face Michigan.
And it's 1st and 10 at the 42. LSU, what a drive. You can never really count them out on 3rd down. And that's going to be one of the bigger runs of the night. It looks like it's an injury on one of the offensive linemen, Josh Thompson, as we take a short break. And we're back here. So he'll get checked out. There's 7 minutes to go. Caught. Ooh, that one was close. 3rd and 2.
What a game from Nussmeier, though. 302, 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Yep. And again, like I said earlier, don't want to jinx anybody, but the ball protection has still been great up to this point, and we're nearing the end of this game here.
Third and short. LSU's been good on 3rd down.
He's pressured. Oh, is that
Will
going
they
to
get
be?
it? Yes!
Yes, wow. What an effort.
And what a game from Sharp.
Look at this. Should have went down there. Should have went down here. But nope, he stays up and he just jumped in for the 1st down. RPO. God, they've been doing a lot of those tonight. That's a pickup of 6. And this LSU drive has been very long. Georgia hasn't even touched the ball in the 4th quarter. And that's fine with LSU as long as they score here. Worst case scenario is, I mean, obviously you turn the ball over, but I mean, I guess overtime, realistically. And best case scenario is you run off this clock where you give Georgia little to no time to score themselves, as their drives have also been pretty long, because we're already halfway through this quarter almost, and LSU still has the ball. And keep in mind, they had it for a little bit of the end of the 3rd quarter too, so this drive has been long. Caught down at the 5. Big game there.
From AA.
Aaron
AA1.
Anderson, what a game. 122 yards off 10 catches.
And a touchdown, I believe.
Yes, you're right. Yeah, a touchdown. Wow. $122. And running back in the backfield here. He's going to get it. And he's going to lose one.
Yeah, run game hasn't been the best.
It seems like LSU's still sticking by the motto of just run the clock, and they are officially now more than halfway through this 4th quarter. Georgia still yet to touch the ball.
I mean, if LSU scores a touchdown here, Georgia takes a little bit with their drive, so maybe LSU, Georgia will be stuffed. I don't like running it here though. I think they should just do it.
Yeah, and here you got to pass. I mean,
you ran enough clock here, like.
Yeah, and you need a touchdown here. You don't just take the field goal because Georgia marches down the field. I mean, it could happen, and they score a touchdown, and then you're chasing Georgia again. So yeah, they're in pistol formation. Let's see what they do here. They're gonna QB scramble it as he's short of the end zone.
To be honest, you're only a 3rd and 2. It's a 4th and 2. I go for it here.
Yeah, you kind of already screwed yourself by not passing it at all. And now let's see. This is where they're gonna kick. All right. I mean, you ran a lot of clock off. You better hope this pays off if you're not gonna get into the end zone. And there we go, LSU with the 3-point lead, 24-21, the first field goal on either side. So
now it's all up to the defense.
LSU kicks away. There's 3 minutes 38 on the clock. And it's going to be Georgia who makes the weird decision to not take the touchback, and now they're back
And
up to the 11.
And now it could get into like a third and like in this like area, and he would probably have to punt.
And big run here, and he's just short of the first, one of the bigger runs of the night on either side.
That's only 9. It's not even a 10-yard run. The biggest run of the night was I believe, like a 15-yard run, but.
And Georgia, not a lot of time to get down the field, especially since where they're marked here. But at the same time, they score a touchdown, they probably win this thing. And that's enough of a run for a first down.
But it's going to be hard to score a touchdown just because of how far they are down the field.
Yeah, and we're closing in on the 2-minute warning as well. We have, at best, maybe 2 plays before we get to that point, and then you start using your timeouts. So, and down they go as it's a loss of 2.
Practically hunted him down there. I mean, coming up all the way from, I believe, from the right edge, all the way to get to the running back going on to the left edge.
There's been 1 penalty in this entire game, actually, which is also good for both teams. They've been great at not committing penalties. And that 1 penalty was on Georgia, of course. And caught for the first down, and that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning.
So Georgia's not even at midfield. I feel like that's what they would have wanted, but...
Yep, so they get a field goal, they would tie it, and we might see overtime. If they get a touchdown, it's going to make it very hard for LSU to win it. I mean, depends on when they score it, but... Hands it off, and that's going to be a good run for a first down, and goes out of bounds to stop the clock at 1:56.
That's a good job from Georgia.
Yep, and they now get into LSU territory. Haven't used a timeout yet, so that's good on them. They want to save those. And they're going to keep going out of bounds and doing whatever they have to avoid using these timeouts yet. So, play action knocked away. Good job from the defense there. And it's Peyton who gets the block. Could have been picked, but they'll take it. Stops the clock at 1:53 and makes it 2nd and 10. Backs up. He's got time, and it's picked! LSU's gonna win it!
Wow! The upset! It's LSU's going to Michigan!
Who would have thought? And I said the ball protection was great all night, and it really was. Whoever makes the first turnover, if there is a turnover, is going to lose this game, and Georgia's the one who makes it.
Ashton Stamp just won it for the tie.
What a pick. He worked for that one. And now, LSU just has to force Georgia to use all the timeouts, and then they can knee it out and take this one home.
So now the Tigers are going to Michigan. In cold Michigan.
So not officially over yet, I should say, but a first down does close this thing out. But that is still big. And that's a good, no, not really, decent run for about 2 yards. Georgia will use their 2nd timeout, and this now closes it. Yeah, so if LSU gets a first down, they win.
This could potentially be ball game.
Oh no, if they get a first down, this is ball game.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying, but if they don't get it,
I know what you mean, okay. And they got it, and it's over.
Wow!
LSU with the upset, 24-21, and they get to knee this one out, and Georgia is out.
So, Georgia finished with the best record in college football and just got first rounded.
And that'll do it.
The Tigers with the upset. Barely making the playoff. And now they just knocked off the best team in the country.
And I don't remember what corner did it, but you got to credit to him because he is honestly the MVP of this game when you think about it. That interception changed everything. Literally everything. Because Georgia could have very well just marched down the field and scored a touchdown, then had LSU chasing them. But instead, It's the pick that determines this one. And LSU knocking off the best team in the country.
In the first round.